Let me bring in Congressman Adam Schiff, Democrat from California, a member of the Select Committee on Intelligence. Fast-moving developments just within the last couple of hours. Congressman, what do you think?
Well, I think it was very shrewd of Russia to make the offer and shrewd of them to time it when they did. But I also think it's shrewd of us to pursue this offer. We have a compelling humanitarian interest in making sure that Assad doesn't use chemical weapons again against his own people. But we also have a core national security interest in making sure that those chemical stockpiles don't fall into the hands of al-Qaeda or al-Nusra when the Assad regime falls. And a limited military strike really doesn't go to that core concern. It may deter and degrade his capability of using them, but it doesn't resolve what happens to them at the end of the regime. But placing these under UN inspection, control, and destruction, if that can be accomplished, could meet that core national security interest. So I think it should be vigorously pursued. Yeah,
we're looking at General Dempsey right now, and he has said previously that it could be tens of thousands of troops. There's been estimates that there could be more than 75,000 ground troops to secure Syria's chemical weapons. This is not as simple as sending in a small team of inspectors and rounding these things up.
Yeah. It certainly isn't simple. You're absolutely right. But I'll tell you one thing that may come out of this, if it can be successful. In order to try to secure these sites, in order to get UN troops in, you're going to need a safe passage. You're going to need a ceasefire. You're going to need a broader discussion about settling the underlying conflict. And if that can take place in the context of UN efforts to secure and destroy these stockpiles, it may put us finally on a path to a negotiated end. It also has the possibility, I know I'm being optimistic here, but of bringing our traditional alliances back together, putting us and the British on the same page, building a broader coalition than we've been able to do thus far.
All right, we are waiting, I want to let people know, for the Secretary of State and the Defense Secretary to speak at this hearing. And as we wait for them, let me ask you about where you stand right now. Has this complicated your decision? The last I saw, Congressman Schiff, was that you had not made a decision about whether to support military intervention.
Well, I haven't, and, I think it was complicated enough as it is. But, I look at this as a positive development. I look at this as offering to meet our core national security objectives and removing some of the uncertainty that would accompany the President's course of action. So I think this is a welcome development. Obviously, the proof will be in the pudding. But I'm encouraged, and I think we should pursue it. And I think that it holds the prospect of meeting that interest of securing these stockpiles in a way that even a limited action or more extensive military action could not achieve.
So obviously the White House is going to have to be tweaking, if not majorly revising, the speech that the President is going to give tonight. What are you looking for? What are your constituents looking for from the President?
Well, I think the President still needs to make a compelling case about why America should be concerned about what's happening in Syria, why the use of chemical weapons is really qualitatively different, a threat to us and a threat to humanity. That case still needs to be made. I think the President needs to show a receptivity to this new offer. I think the American people want to see if this diplomatic route can be successful. The challenging decision, I think, for the White House, the strategic one they'll have to make here politically, is that they want to continue pushing for a vote. Right now they're saying they do, but the President said as recently as yesterday that he wasn't confident of the vote, and in fact the vote is going to be very close in the House, and it may be the wisest course to try to see if this proposal has legs without rolling the dice on congressional approval.
Congressman Adam Schiff, thank you very much.